Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the fourth episode of my Final Fantasy Let's Play Pixel Remaster 100% walkthrough. In the last episode we completed the Marsh Cave, which is the first dungeon in the game. We got the Legendary Warrior achievement for killing 500 enemies, and we obtained the crown, which is a key item, and that will be used in the next piece here. So what we're going to do, I have everybody at full health and mana, that's great. So we're going to head north here, and we're going to go to the Western Keep. Inside the Western Keep, we're going to find Astos. He's claiming to be a king, and he is the one who put the Prince of Elfheim to sleep. So we're going to go over there and give him the crown that we found in the Marsh Cave. We're just going to keep heading north and just auto through these battles. As much as I would like to run from every battle, there are achievements for boss kill or monster kills and things like that. So it's better to just fight them as we go. So we're going to head up north here, just keep following the trail. There's only really one place you can go that we haven't been to yet. This is going to be kind of a fun episode. I won't spoil it, but as we go on here, there will be a lot of treasure to collect. So here we are in the Western Keep. If you want to look, there are 3 chests here. There's a couple in the 4 in the Elven Castle, a bunch in the Chaos Shrine, 6 in the Castle of Cornelia, and we're going to get most of those in this episode. So here we are. Here's the guy that is pretending to be the king. He's laughing that we fell into his trap. He's the king of the Dark Elves. He wants the crown. And now we have our boss fight here. Astos is level 14. He really shouldn't pose too much of a threat, I don't think. I don't recall this fight being different from my previous playthroughs. I haven't played this version of the game, but I don't remember it being very hard. So we're just going to haste our warrior again. Hopefully doesn't die from this. Okay, that's awkward. I think I did have Phoenix down though. So let's see who haste goes on. That doesn't really help us at all. Okay. So we'll hit him with the Phoenix down, try to get him back up, and I guess we'll haste our thief at this point. Up, and we'll try to haste him again. Oh my. This is very unfortunate. I don't think I have a way to bring him back at this point, so we are just going to start going all out with our attacks. Sleep, no, that cures silence. Invis, blind. Alright. It's pretty hard. my thief at this point. Alright, good. So the Fury attack was enough to take him out. Death Spell was not something I was ready for. That's unfortunate, my warrior's not getting any of this EXP, but it is what it is. We made it through. So now we obtained the Crystal Eye. And that doesn't sound like that's anything that's going to help our prince. Alright, all my status effects wore off. So what we're going to do here is we're going to leave. And yes, I know there are treasure chests, so we'll be back. And if you remember back to the second part of this series, I'm going to try to flee all these battles now, because I don't want my warrior falling that far behind in EXP. But if you remember back to the second part of the series, the first thing we did was go to Matoya's cave. She's a witch that was in that cave that was freaking out because she lost her crystal eye. Well, we found it. So we're going to solve her problem. This is going to be a big problem-solving episode. So let's go bring this back to her with a quick pit stop to just res our warrior. Stop at the inn here as well to get everybody's magic and health back to full. At this point, you can probably buy any of the level 4 spells you're missing. I believe I'm missing all of the white magic and maybe one for the black mage. I don't know how much. I have plenty of gil. Alright, let's go get that stuff. So, I think that's the level 3 shop. I think the level 4 shops are the ones over here. Alright, so cures poison, fear, reduces ice, and cures silence. So I don't think fear is very necessary, so we'll just get the rest of them. And we'll go to the level 4 black magic place. And I have haste and Blizzara. Confuse or sleep, I mean, neither of them are really going to be useful. I'll just get it for the sake of getting all my spells. And then we can leave, and I still have almost 6,000 gil to spare, which is good. Alright. Now that everybody is back and alive, we can just continue to auto-battle. These fights will be really easy as we go back towards the beginning parts of the game. There are a couple places that we could park here. I could go back towards Provoca where we got the ship to park. Or I can go back to the first town in the game and park there. For some reason, I think you were able to go under the bridge and park up north in an older version, but I don't remember, so I'm just going to park here. It's only going to be a matter of 1 or 2 battle difference if there's a parking spot up north. There's a town up there. So, right, good battles are nice. Got a couple levels. We'll just park here, and then we'll work our way north. If you wanted one of the achievements to kill enemies or something like that, this is probably a good place to grind it out if you can get like 5 enemies. Yeah, there was a spot here, so I could have drove under the bridge and parked there. Really didn't make much of a difference. It was a 1 battle difference. So we are back at Matoya's cave. we already got all the treasure and everything here that we need to do, so let's just give her her crystal eye and see what she has to say. Giving us a potion. It's the most amazing in her entire collection. It obtains Jolt Tonic. Okay, so she doesn't have anything else to say with us, to us, and tells us to get lost. But the important thing is the Jolt Tonic. Now, the Jolt Tonic, we can go back to the prince and wake him. Once we wake the prince, if you've been keeping track of all the people who have had problems and issues so far at this point in the game, everything is solved. The only things we haven't done is our original quest to get the crystals. Castle. I guess you have to go in from the front. And you talk to the person standing next to the prince and hand them the Jolt Tonic. So he's going to give us the Mystic Key. And with the Mystic Key, we can open every treasure chest that we have seen that has been locked so far in the game. So we have a lot of running around and collecting to do. We can start here in the castle. This guy would get out of my way. Now, is this the one you do from outside? There's one that you do from outside. I don't remember if it's this one or not, but you walk up the right side. Yep, there's a little extra room back here. We got Mithril Hammer, a whole bunch of gold, and some bronze gloves. I don't remember who the bronze gloves are for. I guess they're for the warrior there. Alright. Cool, so we are done with the castle here. We got the Rookie Treasure Hunter achievement to collect 10% of the treasures in the game at this point. So that's exactly what you should have got if you've been following up to now. Now we're going to backtrack to all of the different places that required the Mystic Key that we did not have. So, since we're here, the closest place would be the Western Keep, where we just fought Astos. So let's go over there and grab the treasure. I think there's 3 in the Western Keep. And again, you can track all of these chests by just going to your map and looking to see, hey, which chests have I gotten and which haven't I gotten. So, Elven Castle is now done. Western Keep, there are 3. Marsh Cave has 3 that we weren't able to obtain as well. So those will be the next 2 places that we're going. We can see the new Mithril Hammer weapon for the White Mage. It does a pretty significant amount of damage compared to the last one. Not that you really need them to be a physical damage dealer, but any little bit helps. Still getting level ups along the way. It's not something I'm really concerned with anymore at this point in the game. We've made it through what I remember to be the most difficult part, which was that Marsh Cave. And now we have a magic that can cure poison. So we're pretty much good to go. I haven't bought enemies or anything. I might stock up on some later in the game, but for right now I'm not too worried about it. so we're back here in the Western Keep. Let's see if I can see where the treasures are on the map. I assume it's that one other room over there towards the left. So let's go work our way around to that. Monsters. This is our first monster chest. Probably shouldn't have autoed. I didn't realize they got preempted, or maybe we're just really slow. One Diara spell will probably take them all out. I'll throw a Fear at them too, just in case one of us gets paralyzed. Pretty good amount of EXP and gold from that. Got a new sword. I think that's for... Yeah, pretty... I guess it's a decent upgrade. Like a 10% damage upgrade, a little bit of accuracy. It's good. So I'm just going to heal while we're here. Alright, we're good. And I assume that all of these chests will be monsters. We got mummies here. I'm going to just do the same thing. Fear will probably take them all out. Yep. Power Staff. That's a large damage increase from the staff we were using, so that's good. And the last chest here, also more mummies. I'll do the same thing. The cool thing about this game is that every time you get a new weapon, it's an updated graphic in your battle scenes. Steel gloves. Is that... Yep, steel gloves are good there. You can't wear the bronze, huh? I guess no one else can. Alright. So now that we're done here, we're gonna go back to the Marsh Cave. Now everybody has a weapon upgrade from what we were here the last time, so it should be significantly easier, I hope. Because I don't have any antidotes. What level magic is poison? So I have 4 poison cures. We'll just do a safety save here before we walk in. When your casters can just physical attack and take out an enemy, you're in pretty good shape. So, the treasure chests that were unavailable the first time through were on the very bottom level of the cave, so we're just going to work our way down there as quickly as possible. Getting good fights so far, that's pretty key to this going smoothly. See if I can attack through these. There's our first poison. It's not ideal. There's our second poison. Definitely not ideal. And as you can see, poison ticks for a good amount. Maybe I'll just start using my fire spells on these fights. I wanted to save them though, because I think that there's monster chests here too. I'll make sure I don't have any. Let's sort this by items. No, I don't have any antidotes. Just make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah, it's down here. just trying to get through it at this point. Alright. So here we are in the bottom level, and the chests are going to be in these 4 rooms on the bottom here. So let's get down to them. Okay, gargoyles, and we strike first. That's excellent. Hopefully we get more fights like these, because they should be pretty simple at this point. All the way down to the bottom. Bats, grab into our first room here. Another level for our thief. Here's a fight. It's the same as the boss fight from the first time we were in here, which is Fortress for Demons. Don't remember, they were pretty difficult back then. They shouldn't be too bad now as we've gained a whole bunch of levels, but we will see. Oof, that's a lot of damage to that. Hopefully Blizzard does good damage. I used that because I wanted to save Fira for the green slimes. It does enough that my... Okay, just use another Blizzard. My physical damage dealers should be able to take them out now. Good. And as long as they keep hitting the warrior, he has the highest defense, and it's pretty magical then. Alright, so we killed them. I'm gonna just use some potions here. Those are all of them. We got some more monsters. Anacondas. Okay. We're gonna just toss out. I don't have a heal spell. Never mind. We're gonna attack. We'll use our Fira. Hopefully we don't all get poisoned from this, or it might be a bad time. If everybody could just keep attacking the warrior, that would be great. I believe anacondas are a new enemy. We're fighting them. They don't seem to have a ton of health, so it's working out. Alright, good. Fira takes care of them. We got the silver armlet. Alright, I don't know who that's best for. Just go through and hit optimal. Alright, looks like it's for the thief. Work our way here towards the second room. Make sure I don't use that Fira spell, since we are running awfully low on magic at this point. Poisoned, that's not ideal. I don't think that I have a way to cure that, do I? Oh, my last poison spell. Alright, so... got another monster fight. Blizzard here. There's a good 5-hit there. Alright, Blizzard should take out that first one. Good. I guess we can just toss Cure. And hopefully physical attacks can do it from here. There we go. Here we got an antidote, actually very useful at this point. I'm gonna just toss out some cure spells. Out of cure spells. Okay. I have 2 high potions. They restore 150 HP. Just gonna roll the dice with that Black Mage being kind of low at this point. Here there is nothing in the third room, so you're gonna head all the way over to the fourth room to get the last treasure chests. We have two. I'm gonna sacrifice my thief at this point, I guess, because I only have the one poison remove spell. Let's work our way through this battle. So it does 1 damage per tick when we're walking. And this is the last chest in here. Not a new fight, so we'll just try to continue through. Hopefully the attacks land on the warrior. That's really where we want all the damage to go when possible. Okay, white mage died. Definitely not ideal. Now I will... Alright, that chest contains some gold. I will use the high potions here. Get us out in one piece. Alright, now we can leave. And now we're just gonna flee. We're gonna flee everything. Don't get any gold for escaping, but dying means I have to do this all over again, so if I need to grind at some point in the future, that's less of a problem than redoing the last 15 minutes or so of this run. A fight like gargoyles is something I could definitely do, but I don't want the white mage to get too far behind in EXP, so usually when somebody's dead I just kind of run through everything. Run from everything that I can at least. Continue to lose HP all the way down to 1. I don't believe poison will kill him outside of battle. It might kill him in battle. Yes, and it did. Well, at least we don't have to hear that annoying poison sound anymore. We have made our way out. I'm just going to save here. I'm going to overwrite the second file just in case. We can't make it back to town, but that's where we're headed. Good. Preemptive strikes are great here. That's exactly what we want, so that we can get back in one piece. Now, I probably should have just bought a handful of antidotes and a couple extra potions, and we would have been fine in there, but I didn't think we were going to get poisoned as much as we did, so that's why I didn't. But we're back at town, we're going to res everybody, and then we're going to stay at the inn. Alright, now we're heading back to Cornelia Castle where we started the game. Get auto battle again to just gain up some gil as we go. one-shot all of the green mobs here, and the chiefs, I think, take 2. Unless we get a really good hit like that from Black Mage. That's done. Let's head into the castle. We got the Smart Saver achievement here. That is for... It's kind of off my screen a little bit. I think that's for earning 50,000 gil. So... Alright, here, now that we're in the castle, we're gonna head... I can pull it up on the map to show everybody. East or west, around, like, the big part, and we're gonna go out the back path there, so... We'll just go east. It really doesn't make a difference which way you go. We'll go out this back path. That's not where we're going. Did I read that wrong? Oh, I see where we're going. Alright, yeah, so you do go east or west around the back here. But then you go inside, and you come down here to these rooms. And if you had checked out these rooms before, they were locked with the Mystic Key. So, you get some more mithril equipment, which is great. Tent, iron armor, and we got a key item, nitro powder. I'm just going to go through and just hit everybody with an optimal real quick, just to make sure we have everything. It doesn't look like we're using the mithril knife. Okay, just not as good. Now we can head out, and we are going to the last place where we're missing treasure so far, and that is the Temple of Chaos, the first place in the game where we went to save Princess Sarah. If you recall, we went west in here to get the treasures the first time through, because the treasures on this eastern side were locked. Now that we have the key, we're coming to the eastern side. There's a rune blade. Let's see, is that better? It is. And this is another opportunity to get some of the monsters for the bestiary if you didn't get them the first time through. That's why I said I wasn't going to come back and grind until the end of the game. If I were missing any at that point, we could just do an episode and go through and find them one by one. But generally, there are very few monsters that are very difficult to miss. So now we got a Werebuster. It's exactly the same as the Rune Blade, so I don't think it puts it on. Alright. I think that sword, if I looked at the stats on it, I think that sword is probably strong against wolves or something like that, and the Rune Sword is just a static sword. Good stats. Alright, so we're gonna head out. Back to our ship. Because there was one last port we have not gone to yet. And since that will continue us on with the main story of the game, I'm going to get down towards Cornelia, I'm going to save, and we're going to call this episode there. So I want to thank everybody who's tuning in. If you can like and subscribe to the channel to get more content, I will be doing this, and I will be playing other games when we are done with Final Fantasy. I'm going to continue through the Final Fantasy series as I've talked about in previous episodes, and I'm also going to throw in some MMOs into the mix. I will probably do those live. So thank everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next one.